Lacey Buckingham from My 600-Pound Life, Season 10, Episode 5. Let's talk about her story. Her episode originally aired December 1st, 2021. At the time of the episode, she was 36, living in Kennewick, Washington with her boyfriend Rick. She had a lot of childhood trauma, which she talks about in her episode, which caused her to gain weight, and by the time she was 6, she was already 120 pounds. At 11 years old, she was 200 pounds, and by the time she was 18, she was 420 pounds. She ended up going to college, and when she graduated, she was over 500 pounds. It was around this time that she got into this group, and basically it was feeders and feedies, and she would get paid to eat on camera, and people would buy her food, give her money, etc., just to watch her eat. She gets on the schedule with Dr. Now, and from Kennewick, Washington to Houston, Texas, it is over a 32-hour drive, and somehow they think they're going to do it in 2 days. You can't even get through Texas in 2 days. So her boyfriend Ricky, and his sister Sharon all pile in the car, and it ends up taking them 5 days. They get down there, they get her weight, and she is currently 593 pounds. Dr. Now says, since it's such a long drive, go home, and in the next 2 months, I want you to lose 50 pounds and get weighed somewhere up in Washington and give me a call. It is now month 4. She got weighed locally. She's 577 pounds, which is only a 16-pound weight loss. So the next month, her and her boyfriend, now her fiance, decide that they are going to move to Houston, Texas, even though Dr. Now hasn't said move down here yet. Now, Sharon, who is Ricky's sister, she does not like Lacey. Legitimately does not like them together, does not like her as a person, etc. And so on the drive, there is a lot of blowouts. They are just yelling at each other, and Sharon especially is just yelling at Lacey for every reason. It all comes to a head when they're about 2 hours away from Houston, and Lacey brings up the fact that if she doesn't make it there tonight, this will be the second time that she misses her appointment. So the sister Sharon's like, what do you mean the second time? When else did you miss your appointment? And she says, oh, well, I was supposed to see him a month or 2 ago, but I didn't have the money to get on a plane and get down there, and so I missed the appointment. And then Sharon just goes off and is just yelling and screaming at her and saying how she's a liar, how she's manipulative, how she's using her brother. Ricky then gets in on it, and he is yelling at her too, and he is saying how you lied to me. We are done. I feel so hurt. And so they pull into a parking lot. So Lacey ends up calling the police. She explains the whole situation, says that she does not feel safe. So the police show up. She gets only the essential items, and she goes to a hotel for the night. The next morning, Ricky comes and sees her, and they chat, and he's like, you know what? We feel bad. If you want to get back in the car, we will take you and everything you own to Dr. Now. And she's like, I'm not getting back in that SUV. I'm not doing it. Ricky and the sister leave. They drive back to Washington, and they just donate all of her stuff. So then now she has no home in Washington, no home in Houston, no stuff. She gets to her appointment. She is 581, and she has gained 4 pounds. Luckily, there's a woman that she knew from Washington who is moving into Texas who says that she can live with her, and she takes her to the appointment. That friend, it just doesn't work out, and so she luckily agrees to take her back up to Washington, and she is able to get back in her lease for the place she was living in Washington. In the next video, I will talk about what I found out about her since her episode.